Yo, 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 what it do, everybody, man? We back at it with another edition of the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. What's goody? Happy Saturday to everybody out there. Once again, we live, man, on Facebook, Twitch, and right here on the 11:30 podcast YouTube channel, man. For real, it's going to be a good one. Last night was dope, man. At Friday Night SmackDown, live here in DC. We're going to be chatting about some Raw SmackDown reviews, of course. AEW got All In tomorrow afternoon. So definitely we're gonna be doing some predictions as well, man. It's Ricochet, man. Big news with him and AEW and much more, much more. We got a lot to get into, man. It's gonna be a fun edition of Talk Pro Wrestling. Everyone is tuning in, man. Hit the like button, man. Comment, come join the conversation. But if you're new to the show and if you haven't done so already, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. It's gonna be a good one. Definitely hit the thumbs up button. Definitely subscribe, like, comment, share, and don't forget to follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms. All right, now that's out the way, you guys, man. I'm not alone, man, for real. Definitely you follow me on social media. I let you guys know earlier today, man. We've been definitely chatting. We was chatting up a little bit on this past Wednesday of Brian B's wrestling. You didn't know. I hope I'm saying that right. Wrestling trivia game, man. It was really fun. Really great. But you guys, man, here on this week's episode of Talk Pro Wrestling, I'm bringing the boys on, man, and we're gonna chop it up and definitely have some fun, you guys, man. Yo, they are part of the Holy podcast, man. Yes, man. Really great, really dope podcast, man. If you haven't check them out, man. They really hot, really dope on Instagram, and also TikTok as well. TikTok, that's what I really meant to say. That's why I was really introduced to these guys, man, and they've been putting out great content. So I invited them on, man, and we're gonna chop it up, man. So we're gonna bring on Abe and Chuck, man, of the Holy podcast. What's going on?
What up, though, man? You all right?
Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm definitely good. What's going on with you guys, man? How's everything?
Can't complain. Can't complain.
Just another day in the life of watching professional wrestling 24/7, 365.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, look here. I was just telling the peoples, man, and also, we was on Brian's podcast. Had all of us linked up on the wrestling trivia game, and a little bit on there. We talked about how you guys got into wrestling, but if you mind diving into that a little bit more, Chuck and Nate, man, how you guys really, what was the thing that really got you guys into pro wrestling, man?
My name is Chuck Jordan.
Clearly.
And what got me into wrestling was actually a friend of mine had jumped off the top of a baseball cage, Swanton Bomb. And I was like, what the hell is that? And he was like, you don't watch wrestling? I was like, no. He was like, cover on my house Friday. We're watching it. I'm like, that. Been watching it ever since. I think I was like 15.
You said off the top of a cage, you say?
The baseball, the baseball fields?
Yeah.
He jumped off of one of those, Swanton Bomb onto somebody else, and I was like, the hell are y'all doing? And he was like, it's wrestling. I'm like, what's that? And he was like, come over.
Did you at least try it next?
After that, we started wrestling in the backyard. I was my moveset was always between Kane and Stone Cold.
Okay. Kane and Stone Cold. That's what's up. That's what's up, Chuck. What about you?
When I was growing up, I didn't care for wrestling too much. It was kind of like it was boring to me a little bit. But then I saw the Rockers and I saw High Flying for the first time. And the Rockers, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, that's what turned me on to pro wrestling, seeing them. Because it wasn't just punches and kicks anymore. People was dive. So that extreme type wrestling really got me going, man. Marty, shout out Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty. Oh, man, that's what's up. That's definitely old school, though. You said it was boring. What was it that sort of what was it about it that was boring to you?
When my pops got me introduced, just watching Hogan, just the basic simple moves, kicks. To me, when I was younger, that came off more fake. But when I saw these mother, is it cussing on this show?
Yeah.
Hey, when I seen these motherfuckers flying off the top rope and drop kicks, man, that's when I got into it, man. The extremeness. That's when I was like, oh, this look a little real. They taking risks, hurting their bodies to entertain us. And that's what really drew me in, man.
Okay. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I think I'm a little younger than you guys, man. I came in mid attitude era ish or late attitude era about 98, 99, where the attitude era was just sort of starting, man. But The Rock was my guy, man. I remember a guy, he was a neighbor of ours, and he came over, he was like, yo, man, you watch wrestling? Nah, man. Look at just like Chuck, man. I don't even know what that is, man. So went in, turned it on. I was hooked ever since. The Rock was my guy. For forever will be my guy. But yeah, that's really how I got into wrestling and was hooked ever since though. But as Brian said at one point during the wrestling trivia game, you guys sort of new to the podcast scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I think we enter in our 7th month. Yeah.
Okay.
7th month.
What made it? What made you guys wanted to? Besides you guys' passion for wrestling, what made you guys link up and decided to take off with this wrestling thing and really be something on TikTok?
Well, no, we was in our group chat. We got a group chat, just us as friends, and we was talking about wrestling. And I was doing podcasting for the Lions and sports and some hip hop stuff. So I
Gotcha.
just kind of like, yo, let's just take this on board. And then he came up with the name Holy Shit Podcast. And we've been rolling ever since. It's like we started this as a joke, but it's like a job now. Everything we was doing before, we done stopped. And now it's all
I
wrestling.
wouldn't really say joke. It was more so like he was like, man, I do this podcast. He was like, and we've been saying we need to do something because we all did music. So it was like, music ain't really doing nothing. Let's do this podcast. And I was like, what we gonna do? What we gonna talk about? And then Ryan was like, well, we got a group text. When we went to a show, and he was like, we should talk about the show. And I was like, all right. And then he was like, we need a name. And I was like, let me think. And I was like, how about Holy Shit? He was like, man, you can't market that. I was like, all right, what about Holy Shh? He was like, and I sent the little emoji with the little emoji guy doing. He was like, brilliant. And, him and Tay do mostly all the graphics. And I was just like, all right, cool, let's run with it.
That's what's up. That's where you guys from?
Detroit.
Detroit,
So there's a little
man.
spot
Okay.
on the glove.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Detroit. That's what's up. All right, man. Let's get into some good old wrestling talk, man. We ain't gonna hold you guys for too long, man. Just getting
Let's talk wrestling.
having the audience get to know you guys a little bit, as well as myself too. First time here on Talk Pro Wrestling. All right, AEW All In is live tomorrow from Wembley Stadium in London, second year in a row at Wembley Stadium. How you guys feel about in general, with AEW right now in this rebuilding stage that they are, experiencing and going through right now? And just that part first, and before we get
he
into
looking
some
at
of the
me
matches.
because he barely watch it. I cover
Okay,
AEW.
okay.
I'm the only one on our AEW post show, so I'm AEW fan, hardcore, day one. Was at All In before they was on TNT, so I am a fan. But I'm excited about this tomorrow, man. I am. I think it's gonna be hands down the biggest pay-per-view. It ain't no PLE, it's a pay-per-view. It's gonna be the biggest one out of any brand, I think, all year, man. I got big faith in what they're gonna do this weekend.
Okay. How you feel more so about their, rebuilding stages? Now we, AEW no longer have CM Punk. A lot of, they went through a lot. Especially in the last 2 years, and I know like you said, you're a big AEW fan. I'm a real big supporter too because growing up, I was just strictly, WWF, WWE, and I heard about TNA, heard about Ring of Honor, but then in 2019, like you were just saying, when AEW just took off, man. I was at the first Dynamite they had here in DC, and from that first one to now, it's a definitely different change though. But how you feel, as a whole, about AEW too? We're gonna get to Chuck too, because obviously you're the big AEW guy.
No, yeah, I like it. I like it. I don't really look at it like a rebuild. I actually look at it like getting back on track. When CM Punk showed up, to me, it I know the ratings went up. I know everybody loved it. Everybody tuned in. All the numbers were great. But to me, what AEW represented kind of fizzled out a little bit when CM Punk came. And it got a little commercial. It got the WWE haters saying, "Oh, that's where all the ex WWE stars go." And it's like, nah, we've been popping before they got here. But I enjoy it, man. And I don't. I'm not one of those fans who like, oh, I hate WWE because I like them both. I watch WWE for my storylines, and I watch AEW for just the athleticism of wrestling. But as of lately, AEW has been bringing up their stories, man. Like with Tony Storm and Mariah May are doing right now. I mean, I really can't see too much that they can't compete with. You know, I know numbers. They can be like, oh, they don't sell out. No fucking shit. But I'm telling you, it's just if you look at it for what it is, just wrestling, a show, storyline for storyline, they are coming up, man. And one day, you never know. You know, WCW caught WWE one day. You never know.
Hey, you're right. You're right.
Hey,
All right,
plus,
Chuck.
plus when you got an owner who got that much money, come on.
Like dumb bread. Dumb bread.
That's a passion project for him. He don't give a shit about the ratings.
People ain't paying
How
attention.
much you want?
Mercedes Moné get paid as much as Cody and Roman, and a lot of you ain't even talking about that.
Like
man.
I said, how much you want?
Yeah, you are right. Before we tap into that, because I think that's an interesting one. How you feel about Chuck? How you feel about AEW?
I watch it from time to time. It's more so. It reminded me of originally like the big three of the NBA. Like it's these guys left WWE, now they're here, and I'm like, all right, well, you still want to watch them? You got to go here to watch them. But it was like, it also reminded me of like NWO at first for sometimes because it was like certain guys wouldn't let other guys get over. It was like, no, I'm getting over because I got a bigger name and I don't give a damn who you are. Like, no, like y'all should be helping each other out just for anything. But that's why I stopped watching. But then guys like Jericho would go back and I'm like, oh, I got to see Jericho, so I got to go watch it over here. And then like nowadays, I think he told me Ricochet just, so I'm like, oh, I got to go see Ricochet. It's like it's always certain things that draw me in, but it's just never enough to hold me there. And that's the only thing I don't like really like. So I don't really talk much about AEW because I'm like I don't watch enough to talk about it. I just watch it from briefly, like, oh, that's dope.
Okay,
oh, that's dope, and I'm like, I'm tuned out. Oh, they got me back. I'm tuned out again. It's like one of those things for me.
That's understandable. You're not the first person that I heard that said that. Abe said one thing that's really interesting. WWE, obviously they're really familiar in they're in the storyline business. They tell stories with their shows and with their product and stuff.
It's a male soap opera.
Yeah, you definitely right about that. But with AEW, I can guarantee, because not gonna hate on them. I when I grew up, like I just said, WWE was the only thing around. I caught the end of WCW a little bit, so it really wasn't like anything else was really popping off besides WWE. So when AEW came around, I'm checking them out. I'm seeing what they got, and one thing I can definitely say that they do have is good wrestling. They can put on a great wrestling show from top to bottom, every pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I think what it was a lot of people who were so in tune to, or basically, I want to say in tune, but I guess people were so like sick of what WWE was doing at that moment in time. And everybody was just like, yo, man, we just got to go over to AEW because it's new, it's fresh, and they doing shit that WWE, we wish WWE was doing, so that's that right there.
And that's exactly what lured me in when Vince was on that slump and it wasn't good, and that's the moment they sparked up and I was like, what's this over here? And I was hooked,
Yeah. A lot of people, because WWE was not great at the moment, or at one point, and everybody was like tuned into AEW. All right, we're gonna get into it, man. Abe and Chuck, man, AEW. We got coming up tomorrow night, All In, man. Any matches you guys looking forward to or anything like that? I know definitely. Abe was talking about Mariah May and Tony Storm being a nice story. I'm definitely digging the whole Tony Storm character and stuff, though. But yeah, who you guys got in this matchup here? All In.
I got Mariah May. I think the buildup is so hot. I think you need a good payoff. You know, you can't build some like she just got shot up to the top, you know, and it's just like I know it's early. I know she just now getting in the spotlight, but the story they've told, it could continue if she win. But if she loses, it's kind of like, Tony beat you. It's over. So I think to continue it, get a little more milk out the cow. I like to see Mariah pull this one off. And plus, it's just she knew, she knew and just hot. I believe her. She had a match a couple of weeks ago with Soraya that just opened my eyes. Like, damn, she can actually go. We've been watching her play Tony's sidekick for so long, but on her own, she holding it. She had an interview with Renee backstage. She killed it on the mic. So Mariah May is not letting me down. So I'm like, just give her the keys, let her go, see how far she can go.
Yeah, you got to see what she can do with it though.
Yeah.
I'm going with Tony Storm.
Tony Storm, Chuck.
Go with Tony.
Okay. Tony Storm is not bad though. I think that she's doing phenomenal with the character though. So I would choose Tony Storm any other day, but my eye really wasn't on Mariah May until she won the Women's Owen Hart tournament and she did what she did. And like that was out of the blue. You had me shocked there. I didn't think that she was going to do that. But ever since then, you got this manager versus student versus teacher matchup in a way. So I think I'm out of the side with Mariah May, something new, fresh, and Tony Storm is definitely over. I don't think she got nothing to lose on losing this matchup.
Right.
I like that, and I'm still going Tony Storm. Okay.
If Tony took this character to WWE, she'd be monstrous, man. Because that's what they love. Those type of characters.
That's why I love her, because of the character.
Yeah. And I think she knows that too. I think when she did leave or was released, I think it may have broke her down a little bit. And obviously seeing where WWE is at right now, and how they're talking about being really in depth with storytelling and characters and stuff. That is one thing that AEW is doing. Especially with Tony Storm. So I dig it though. I dig it, Chuck. I'm with you with Tony.
Chuck's prediction: Tony Storm.
I dig it, man. I dig it. All right. Chris Jericho, man, is another guy I feel like could actually just go ahead and just sit down, man. I mean, I understand he's helping some of the younger guys and the younger talent. But one thing that was really hilarious when Chris Jericho tried to kill Samoa Joe a couple of weeks ago with that forklift.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, man. I was just like, dog. I mean, but Chris Jericho is one of the guys, man, that just always seems to reinvent himself from, whatever character, personality, gimmick, whatever you want to call it. He's, that's put in front of him. He nails it all the time, though. But Jericho versus Hook, sort of student versus teacher. Another matchup here in a way. I'm gonna go with Jericho. I don't know. Hook is still growing on me right now, and I see the crowd likes him, and I know he's Taz's son. But I got the learning tree, Chris Jericho. What about you, Abe?
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm on the fence about. I'm be honest, when the feud first started, I hated it because I'm a huge Hook fan. I wanted him to just be serious, and I thought Jericho was gonna be a joke and gonna take him down. In the first couple of weeks, he did, but it was a turn somewhere. I think when Shibata and Joe started getting involved, especially Joe, because he gave Hook a seriousness, like stop with all this bullshit. We real dudes from New York. Let's get this done. So when Joe came around, the story picked up. And then also what Jericho has done when Big Bill came in, they was chanting Enzo. But the past couple of weeks, they chanting Big Bill. When Brian Keith came in, I said, who is this nigga? Bounty Hunter, But now he is funny. Brian Keith, I be cracking up every week at him. It's because Jericho is bringing that out of him. So Jericho, once again, this is why he on my Mount Rushmore. He done proved me wrong. This was good. I like it, but I do want Jericho to continue it just because it's just now getting hot. It took a couple of weeks, and it's just now picking up. Big Bill is getting over. Brian Keith is getting over. And then every time I hear Taz get pissed that he got that FTW title, it just cracked me up. So I just want to see it keep going. I got Jericho too.
Is it a concert time? Because if it's concert time, I'm going with Hook. But if it's not,
Mm.
I'm going with Jericho.
Oh, you meant touring time.
Yeah, because touring, because Fozzy. So it's like if
Oh,
it's
I ain't
touring
think-
time,
I ain't think about that.
if
No,
it's touring time,
we just coming out of touring time.
oh, we coming out.
We just coming
I'm
out.
going with Jericho. Chuck George prediction. Jericho.
Okay. Okay, Chuck, I got you. Jericho, man. Yeah, I think it's picking up a little bit steam, because of all the I guess backlash that Jericho was receiving a little bit from that situation.
Yeah.
Can't think of the lady name though, but yeah, I think a lot of people was having a little bit backlash. Oh, Jericho, you go home, boo boo boo, whatever.
Yeah.
But Jericho, being Chris Jericho, always reinventing himself and making the best out of nothing. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to definitely go with Chris Jericho on that one though. MJF,
This match.
taking on. Okay, Chuck, we got you on this one. Will Ospreay versus MJF for the international, or if you want to call it the AEW American Championship. Man, oh man, MJF, man, I saw the promo this past Wednesday night on Dynamite. How MJF was talking about how, basically he was jealous. He was jealous of Will Ospreay because Tony Khan brought him in, and all the attention was going to the new guy, to the new boy. He coming in winning all matches, everybody Ospreay, and MJF was just sort of getting pushed to the side. But not only that, because he was playing this babyface character that I think too many people were not, I don't want to say satisfied with, but I think they were more they were more entertained with him being the heel MJF. And now he's the heel MJF again, and he's doing this heel shit. I'm gonna have to go with MJF winning this one against Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay is a wonderful talent. I always call him like the creative superstar of all wrestlers, dude. Like this guy got all the moves and the whole handbook and everything. So, yeah, cool stuff though. But I got MJF though.
Where you got, Chuck?
Chuck George prediction. MJF.
MJF.
I watched this thing called Wrestle Talk, and he's been on there lately, cracking me up. Plus, I always loved him as a wrestler, anyways. But MJF, like I said, I already like the wrestling, but now if I got to see his personality, I'm going with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go Will Ospreay.
I knew it. I knew it.
I love MJF. Trust me, I love MJF. That's my guy, and especially I agree with you. I hate it when he was this old Triple H leather jacket baby face. I hated that shit. So I'm glad he back being a heel, but I just hate that he changed the name of the title to the American title. I hate the red, white, and blue, and I just think they built that up so the payoff here in London with his home crowd, it could be that much bigger. And plus, man, Will Ospreay, we already knew what he can do wrestling. They've been giving him the mic lately. He been blowing my mind. I can't believe Triple H dropped the ball with him, man. If he was in WWE, he would be massive. Not saying that AEW can't get him there. It's just their lens is so much wider across the world. So he'd have got there faster. But man, he is killing it on the mic, and he just needs a title on his shoulder to show he's the best. Because he is, to me, he is the best total package professional wrestler on the planet Earth. To me.
Okay. Remember, he said that. I want to quote that. We're gonna bring that up later.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I already know what he's gonna say.
We're quoting that.
I think it. No, go ahead, Chuck.
Because when we talk about a certain guy in WWE named Jey Uso, and he keeps saying he's so big he doesn't need the belt, and I keep saying at the end of the day, record books don't remember how big you were at this time. Record books remember champions.
That's true.
And Jay needs the damn championship.
That is true.
Even if it's just for like 3 months, just give him something. But yeah, just wanted to, because he said that. Y'all heard him, right? He said it. So
yes, Will Ospreay is the best.
Yes, when he said that, that was something that ran through my mind, and I also was about to ask. So, are you saying that he basically, he needs the championship around his waist to solidify, he is the best, though? And then, obviously, when Chuck said that, I immediately thought of Jey Uso being one guy who's literally came out of the bloodline, being one of the guys who everybody had their eye on, top top dog, all that other stuff. Had everybody eating with him. You had the whole Paris France moment, and we don't get this guy a championship. And then you talk about we're gonna have a Intercontinental Championship tournament, and he got
He's
to
gonna
be
get buried again.
yeah, he's not winning. So it makes it hard for the audience to either believe in him when he says, "Yo, Kathy, yeah, I'm going out there and I'm going to go win something." Well, I mean, you was in the King of the Ring jump, you ain't win that one. You was in the World Heavyweight Championship match. I mean, kind of, we knew you weren't gonna win that one though. But in these big situations, in
And he
these
was
big
this
high
close
top
to winning
moments,
that briefcase.
even the briefcase. So
Close.
it makes it a little hard though, but it's a little confusing because I think Jey Uso has probably been the only one besides LA Knight. LA Knight, he just
Yeah.
won the United States Championship. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. And because when he had the matchup with Roman, it sort of cooled him off a bit. But yeah, LA Knight won it. Now Jey Uso definitely got to win a championship. But back to MJF and Will Ospreay for a second. Yeah, I already knew MJF definitely turning the title to an American. That's some heel shit. That's some heel shit. Yeah, they could have caught kept it the international or internet, whatever the title is called right now, or the original name. But yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of the heel MJF. I don't want to see babyface MJF, but I also want to see MJF you know get away from the cheap heat. The cheap heat, yeah, going in the crowd, spitting on fans or throwing a cup in their face. That's great. But let's see where you can really emotionally get them to react without even touching them, without even getting in their face. So those are right there as a heel, to get them to really react in a really, serious way in a way. I think them are some big heels in the company. But MJF, man, definitely the man. I like what he doing. Let's see what he does tomorrow. So I'm gonna go with MJF because I rock with MJF. Will Ospreay. You did say something about Will Ospreay. Do you think he would have been successful in WWE? I don't even think he would have became a champion within the first 3 months or so. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, I think it was much easier for him to go to AEW, with them have less dates, the touring is way more in WWE and stuff like that. But yeah, you feel like he would have been better off just where he at right now than in WWE?
No, I think he would have what WWE would have done. They wouldn't have let him go straight to the main roster. But if you look at Ethan Page and how quick he acquired the title, if Ethan can do that shit, Will Ospreay would have definitely came in there and snatched that title from whoever had it. But I think they would have started him at NXT, and that's best.
You don't. I hate to cut you off. I'm so sorry, but
go
Ethan
ahead.
Page. Now Ethan Page was like a. I can't really I really can't say who he was like, but Ethan Page was off TV for.
You don't like All Ego?
Oh no, I do. I really do. I like him though. But when he was in AEW, you haven't seen him for like what 6 months or whatever. And then when he popped up, it was just straight out of the blue, and it was like the way they did it. It made sense. It really made sense. It was just so with it. But for Will Ospreay, this guy is like so out there. He's so over. I want to see the guy come from the bottom. I don't want to see him come straight in and win the title because if he's such this miraculous superstar that has a crazy ass moveset, I really want to see what this guy can do coming from the bottom than just fighting from the top to bottom in a way. So that's the only thing about Will Ospreay though. This dude is like, come on, like if I created him in 2K, his overall is probably 99. Like,
I look at Ospreay like MJF. He like to call himself a generational talent. He a generational microphone. That's what I think he is. He a generational microphone. Will Ospreay is a generational talent. Like he can just come in. You could put the title on him instantly. For him to work his way up would be unbelievable. He would make people look bad because he's so good. You need him with the top competitors to even have an even playing field to me. So where he at right now is perfect. I'm glad he's still in AEW. build his way up. So then when he goes over, he can skip NXT completely and already be considered a top dog.
Okay. Let's see. Let's definitely see, man. Will Ospreay and MJF tomorrow night. Next match, man. We got a coffin match, casket match, coffin match, whatever you want to call it. Darby Allin taking on Jack Perry, though. I don't even know if I have a dog in this fight, though. I mean, last time I
Same
seen these
here.
two guys, one of them was trying to set the other one on fire, and the other one, I guess, did get caught on fire. So, I mean, if I had to choose, I guess I go with Jack Perry. I mean, Darby Allin is, I respect the guy. I don't even know if the guy would still be wrestling in about 5 to 10 years. I know I'm not the only one who said that. I know that's like a repeated thing that's been said about him. But I feel like Darby, man, I want to see more of him. I know he's himself. He's just who Darby Allin is, though. But like I enjoyed my wrestling to the fullest with story attached to these guys, though, and what makes them drive. And obviously, well, I mean, Darby Allin is can't find a word though, but he's like a adrenaline junkie, doing crazy stuff. So obviously that makes him tick. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Jack Perry retaining the TNT championship.
I'm gonna agree with you too, man. I got Jack Perry too. I don't have no emotional attachment to Darby. It's like nothing blows me away ever about him other than his crazy stunts that he does. His mic's not that great. He's a great seller. He takes moves well, but he don't deliver them well to me. I hate his little outfit. I hate his little face paint.
Damn.
So I'm not a
Well, let me
Darby
talk
Allin.
about the guy.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Landslide, Jack Perry.
Okay, not a fan. Not a fan.
And I love
All
that
right, man.
title he got too, man. How he redid it, the black.
Yeah.
That's sweet, man. I need to buy that.
Yeah, man. That's one thing. See, I give AEW credit where credit's due, man. One thing, I definitely think they were doing that WWE got a whole lot of slack for at one point where where we go into these premium live events or pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them, with WWE, and it's like the stage is the same. Every pay-per-view. Back in the early 2000s, man, you just knew before, man, you knew you was going to see something different, something shiny, or you knew you was going to see something different. And AEW kind of like took heed of that in the beginning when they started. They had different pay-per-view sets when they did do
Yeah.
when they did do their pay-per-views, and now it seems like it's back to the norm, and they're just doing what works. I guess just for them. But yeah, man, I definitely give them credit, man, where credit is due. So
I will tell you one thing I don't like about WWE.
okay.
I miss the times when on a random Monday night you could lose your championship. I know Brock Lesnar was this I only fight on pay-per-views, but I miss the times when, like, even if, like, say me and you supposed to fight Saturday, but I lose to him on Monday. Now he takes my spot on Saturday because I lost the belt. I miss times like that. Like nowadays, it's like what they had the women tag team one time, and it was like they was supposed to fight on NXT and Monday, but they had to schedule Max on the pay-per-view for the SmackDown chick, and you knew they was gonna make it to the SmackDown chicks. You knew they was gonna win all those other matches because they had already posterized it. But I was like, nah, I missed the times when they put the little question mark on. We don't know because we don't know if Chuck can get by Abe to fight Dre this Saturday, and then whoever won, that's who picture went up. It was like, oh damn, I thought Chuck was gonna hold it and didn't, but I just
Yeah, the unpredictability. I
missed
believe
that.
that's what it is. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
some of it is a little bit too predictable, especially when it the championship matches, and you be like well they ain't gonna lose, so yeah, it's a little bit confusing at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I get you, Chuck, man. I definitely get you. All right, our next matchup, TBS Championship, Mercedes Monet. I mean, we gonna get to her in just a bit. And Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, like I said, for the TBS Championship. How do you guys feel about Mercedes Monet? Are you guys Mercedes Monet, or are you guys Sasha Banks, though?
Neither.
Neither. Chuck, neither. Okay.
I think she's a great wrestler. I love her wrestling.
Okay.
I just hate when she talks, and I always say it. I just
Never liked it when she talked.
I always found it cringeworthy. Like, because I don't maybe it's because I watched her Instagrams and like she's kind of like goofy and nerdy in real life, and then she gets behind the mic and now she's all I'm the cousin of Snoop Dogg. Like you doing too much. Sit down.
Right.
Sit down. You're not that. I mean, granted, he is your cousin, but that whole persona is too much. Sit down somewhere. Just go wrestle.
That's a good point.
And maybe that's just me. Like I said, maybe it's because I've actually seen so many times where they show behind the scenes of her and she's really goofy and nerdy. And then she plays this street savvy, corporate. I never could buy into either character because I'm like, I see who you really are, but you're a hell of a wrestler. I cannot knock you for wrestling. In the ring, inside them four corners, you're great. I just do not like when they give her a microphone. Like, I wish they would give her somebody else to talk for her.
So you're saying she's not about that life?
Not about that life. She ain't about it, cuz.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, man. Something about Mercedes Moné for me, though, is just not clicking. I don't know what it is, though. But then now that she's, doing the heel persona, though, maybe I can get behind it a little bit more. And now she got I can't think of the lady name that her new manager,
Camille.
bodyguard, Tamia. Yeah, she was in NWA. I loved her in NWA and stuff. And man, oh man, like so.
I think they already messed her up.
You think so? Why you say that?
Because when the first time she was supposed to protect her, the other people came out. She was bagging up. Maybe it's because I remember the time when, if I'm the enforcer, I'm walking forward. I'm showing you how intimidating I am. I.e., Jacob Fatu walks forward. I.e., who else's bodyguards back there? You know what I'm talking about. Them type of guys. I'm not bagging up to protect you from here. Like, oh no, hey, what? What's up?
Yeah, okay.
And I just didn't like that. I was like, if she's the enforcer, why is she bagging up? Like that's body language. That's stuff that at home I can see on my camera. And why are you walking backwards if you're the enforcer? You're supposed to be walking towards the danger and like, hey, I'm here to stop it. Like I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, I don't think so though. I didn't even catch that though. But yeah, you are right. It definitely
go back and watch it.
Okay, I will. Definitely, you are the enforcer though. It makes much sense. For you to be walking forward, not backwards though. But yeah, something about Mercedes Moné is not clicking with me. Dr. Britt Baker, now she's back.
Going with the doctor. That's my pick, by the way.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Mercedes because what's going on right now. I don't think Britt Baker is going to have anyone that's going to have her back, and of course, Mercedes got help, and that's her way of keeping the championship. And then also Britt Baker's the babyface. You don't want to just give her the championship right there and there. It's also cool. I like to see the babyface chase the championship, and then when they get the championship, now it's like, what the hell to do? Kind of like what Cody Rhodes.
I'm one of them weirdos. I like for the face to get that achievement.
Yeah,
fans love it, and within 3 months they lose it. I'm weird like that. I like for the heel to lose it, and then they work that much harder to get it back, and then they do like everything in their power to the precious. It's mine to keep the hero at bay type thing.
I see what you mean.
Like when the Fiend lost it, the Fiend was obsessed with getting it back. And when he got it back, he was doing everything until the triple threat match ended it all. But you know what I'm saying? It was like whenever they win it, they're obsessed with getting it back, and they're the heel. Because I'm the heel, I'm gonna cheat, lie, steal to get it back. I'm gonna do whatever I can to get it back. And when it's back in my possession, I remember what it was like losing it. So now I'm like, I don't know. Just I'm one of them weird guys. I'm like, I like putting real emotional thought and that psyche behind wrestling.
So you said Britt Baker?
Yeah, I like her. Going with prediction Big Breaker. The Doc.
I dig it. I definitely dig it.
I'm saying I'm going with Britt Baker. I know you said she didn't have anybody, but her best friend, that's her hometown. Jamie Hayter been gone for about 6-7 months, recovering from an MCL injury. It's healed up. So if the rumors aren't true with Becky Lynch coming to help her win, then I think Jamie Hayter will show up to even those odds. And then I just think that championship needs to be on a baby face. So if Tony Storm is a baby face for the world title, and clearly Mercedes Moné went ahead for that, then they can, let her go after Tony, after Mariah May, if that don't pan out the way it's supposed to. But yeah, I got Britt Baker because I just see Jamie Hager to come and help her and return, and the fans gonna love it.
Okay. Cool. Look at that's news to me. I haven't heard any rumors about Becky Lynch possibly, joining AEW. I mean, that was like talk about it, I think, earlier this year when her contract expired with WWE. I just think that, she's a mom. Seth Rollins was also taking time off too as well. And they just came out of WrestleMania. And also she was writing a book, an author, best-selling author too. So I think she just needed time off. But hey, I'm not saying she can't go over to AEW. That would be crazy though, for real.
Like we said at the beginning, whenever you got a billionaire backing you, that doesn't mind throwing the money.
Yeah.
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah, but is that always
the unexpected?
You're right. Is that always the best solution?
Expect the unexpected.
Look at
I don't think none of us really thought Dean was leaving. Well, what's his real name?
John Moxley.
But nobody thought John Moxley was leaving when John Moxley left. And John Moxley was like, grabbed his wife and walked out. Not even just left by himself. He grabbed his wife and walked out. Like deuce. And ain't looked back.
We will see.
Expect the unexpected.
You're right. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Dean, looking at Dean Ambrose's career, side by side with Becky Lynch, though, I might get a little bit slack for this, but I think Becky Lynch was a bigger star in a way than
what I'm
Dean
saying
Ambrose.
is, if I've already ran through this entire roster and I love wrestling, and I'm a wrestler, not just TV wrestler. Like I'm a wrestler. I've already ran through and I already know all these girls. That's a whole company. That's like a kid in a candy. That's a whole new playground.
Yeah, it is.
Then she see her homegirl. She see her homegirl getting $4 million a year.
Yeah,
I
know.
That's crazy.
No, that is. You guys are totally right. But like I was just saying though,
you follow the money. Is what my dad always told me.
Yeah, but is that, for the companies, for the best of the company though, like, is that the best solution at the end of the day though? We all, as a whole of the company is trying to get sort of back to where they were or trying to grow to something better though. And it seems like the motive with AEW is just like, oh shit, you used to work for WWE? You were popular? Let's throw you some money. Let's throw you a whole lot of damn money.
I mean, it's the same opposite way. Oh, you used to be on AEW? Are you happy with the television, the network deals that you get? Do you want to be bigger? Do you want to be a bigger name?
You're right, but WWE, I feel like doesn't. Yeah, but I feel like WWE doesn't make it about the money because they know they got money. They don't make it about the money. They make it more about you and making you a star and pushing you to a next level, making the company a better as a whole instead of just I said Mercedes Moné. Now you're the biggest woman superstar.
You come to WWE. You want to make more money, you go to AEW.
All right. Let's make some money then. We in AEW though. Hey, speaking of money though, and coming over to AEW, Ricochet, man. Ricochet signed a multi-million-dollar whatever deal with AEW, multi-year deal with AEW.
Ricochet, listen to me now. Okay. You leave Samantha Irving with us. Don't you get her a deal.
I don't think she's going.
She ain't going nowhere.
She bet not.
Think she going. I think she left him. To be honest with you, posting all them pictures the way she looking, man, she can't be still with Ricochet.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, how you guys feel about this, man? Hey, Ricochet sort of never been that charismatic guy. He's always been a guy who really his everything his moves, his athleticism, what he do in the ring, talks for him though. But yeah, he's contract is over with WWE, no longer there. He's moving along, and rumors are rumors, and it's supposed to be that he's going to be signing with AEW. Do you think this is a good thing for Ricochet in a way? Do you guys see anything coming out of this? Him maybe going after the world championship or doing something different in his career that you may have not seen or wanted to see in WWE.
I love it. I think Ricochet, that's where he need to be. He need to be with these flippity guys, and they not in WWE. And if they are, they watered down now, and they not able to just open up their move set. AEW lets you. I can clearly see the difference with wrestling from AEW and WWE, where you hear the stories about WWE. They got agents that help you book the match. I don't see that AEW. They let you open the whole what you call move set, do whatever you want. And that's what Ricochet's best at, man. Just let him go, man. Take him off the leash. He's not good on the mic. He don't got the greatest character. To me, the greatest time he was ever important was, I don't know if you watch Lucha Underground, when he was Prince Puma. I love that character, man. Didn't talk much, just wrestle. And that's what Ricochet need to go back to do, man. Just wrestle.
Yeah, I ain't seen that. That completely missed me though. Yeah, I didn't see him in Lucha Underground.
Man. Prince Puma, that was the shit, man.
I think this is great for him because I felt like WWE just didn't have nothing for him. Like they would get him going and then just drop the ball, get him going again and then drop the ball.
Yep.
It was like that with what's Selena Vega's husband's name?
Malachi Black.
Malachi. It was the same with him. Like they didn't do nothing with him. And by the time they finally figured out what they was gonna do with him, his contract was up. Just write him off TV, let him go to AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they did with Ricochet. Wrote him off TV and let him go.
Right.
Yeah.
Like last time we seen Ricochet, he was getting put through a car.
Question: could y'all see Ricochet being a world champion?
Mid-card.
Because now. Okay, now
mid-card or if somebody's gonna really like sit down and help him with the mics. Well, then again, it's AEW. All you need is like great ring ability.
No, he can't be world champion.
Yeah, just in general though. But I want to say one thing before I let you guys finish that thought, because I feel like not only just in wrestling does what matters is the moves and what you do inside of the ring, but I think it also matters of the character, that you build and you connect with the fans and your personality and stuff like that. So you can connect with the fans, talk and stuff, but what you do in the ring, that's phenomenal. That's great. I think it would matter way more in AEW than it would in WWE. Like I said, they weren't giving him much, but at the same time, what they did give him, the guy wasn't as much believable, but when he was in the ring, oh man, off the ladders, doing everything he was doing in NXT, all that crazy stuff. Yeah, you with it, but really trying to make me believe and, come with you on this ride. It was difficult. So I feel like, in wrestling, you got to have that also that other side of it, not just the physicality and the athleticism. You got to have that. You got to take people on a motherfucking emotional roller coaster, basically.
He don't get that.
There's something we've been saying on our podcast since our conception is, and I say it all the time, promo is king. You have to be able to do promo. I mean, if you look at Enzo Amore, he has barely any wrestling abilities, but people still want him back on something due to the fact of how great he is behind the mic. And the companies don't want to deal with him because they're like, he's a dick. But people like, oh man, I remember when Enzo, he can talk his ass off. John Cena was always able to just get a crowd going just because being able to talk. If you can. I think on my segment on our show we have Chuck's Angels. One of them wanted just from her promo. She didn't even wrestle that day. I just was like, her promo was so chef's kiss. I had to make her one of my Angels of the Week. Like promo is king.
Yeah,
Ricochet can't talk.
But that's why I said I like Prince Puma. Now, if he show up as Prince Puma, he might be world champion.
Or you need like Brock Lesnar did. You need a mouthpiece.
That's oh man, Chuck, you reading my mind. Do you guys feel the same way about Shinsuke Nakamura? Do you guys feel like he needed a mouthpiece because WWE in a way dropped the ball with him, and so many times they try to build him back up. Even when the Royal Rumble went on the WrestleMania, didn't win again at AJ Styles, let him down for
I
a
thought
minute.
he was doing better when people was loving his theme song and he wasn't talking. He just
Hmm.
came out and kicked ass and left.
But sometimes Mike
But like you just
Steele's
said, promo is a key. Promo is king, though, right?
It
So
is.
right. But also that it's like sometimes you don't have to talk to do a great promo. Nakamura got body language and he could just that's what I don't believe nothing Ricochet do other than wrestling. Nakamura, he still, even when he was fighting Cody, he had that, he was speaking in Japan, but it's still, he sounded like a villain and he had the acting skills. Those little things made him a credible champion. I just don't see Ricochet having none of that.
Okay.
What he
Definitely,
said.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. I agree. I just feel like Ricochet is going to have probably about a great.
I wish him the best though.
Mhm.
I think especially with like guys like a Chris Jericho get his hands on working with him. I think he'd be better.
And he gonna get all type of Dave Meltzer credit stars
Of
and all
course.
that stuff, but he ain't gonna get no world title. That ain't happening.
Yeah, I seen him having a whole bunch of handful of 5-star matches
Yep.
with Will
All
Ospreay
day.
and
Ospreay,
all that. Yeah,
all of them.
yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. Definitely, we'll see what happens. All right. The last matchup we're gonna run over before we move along here on Talk Pro Wrestling. We got the main event: Swerve Strickland taking on Bryan Danielson, title versus career. Who you guys got in this one, man? Bryan Danielson said last year that he's wrapping it up full time. So I believe this is probably going to be his last match. At some point, they was hitting that maybe he might win, but I feel like this may be his last matchup in AEW, and I don't think Swerve Strickland, man, got to lose this one, man. He been on a hot streak, been on a hot roll, just been hot in everywhere around though. But I got Swerve Strickland on this one though. How you guys feel about it?
Hands down, Swerve. Swerve is if the year ended tomorrow, Swerve is wrestler of the year. No question in my mind, he is. So I got Swerve continuing it. If they give it to Danielson, it's just because it's like a farewell token, but that'll take away from what you got to continue once he leaves. It discredits Swerve. So I don't think that's stupid. It'll be a hell of a match, probably match of the night, but I got Swerve.
So if he wins, then you're going to say that they're that stupid?
If who wins? If Danielson wins?
If Danielson fuck around and win.
Then they dumb as hell. He about to have neck surgery.
I just want to see what
he about to have neck surgery. What, you gonna have a casino match the next night on Dynamite to see who's the next champion? That's waste.
Normally I hate matches like this due to the fact that I always hate when people are like, oh, my career versus you. Because they're not going to walk out the door. Like, they're not going nowhere. So they're usually going to win. But for this time, I hope the tree hugger is finally leaving. I'm going with Swerve, and Swerve better win, because if Bryan win, I'm going on an AEW month hiatus. Man, I will not be watching for.
He just dropped a track with West Side Gun and Bum B. He hot. You can't take that belt off Swerve.
I said I will go on a 2-month hiatus. Because I be sneak watching, but I'm not gonna watch it all for 2 months. I'm pulling an Abe. Fuck this shit.
Hey, I dig it. Now Swerve, man, he the man. He definitely killing it on in AEW. So I got Swerve Strickland all the way, man. AEW All In tomorrow night. Will Ricochet pop up? Hell, will Shane McMahon pop up? You guys feel like Shane McMahon would do any good to AEW?
Oof. What you think?
I think that if I was a billionaire owner of AEW, I wouldn't let A McMahon touch my shit.
Right. Yeah,
I don't even give it a fucking to Shane. I wouldn't let A McMahon touch my shit.
And then you hear all these rumors about WWE talent. That'll just amp these haters up to say it that much more. Leave Shane where the hell he at. He gonna pop another quad. Leave him.
Yeah.
Leave him.
Yeah, if I was Tony,
McNugget your hands off my shit.
100%. I don't want to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, if I was Tony Khan, I wouldn't want nobody, no McMahon's not I say
But
right now because the heat that Vince McMahon is obviously still getting from everything that he went through, but I wouldn't want nobody. Now I get it that Shane McMahon had been around the wrestling business for a long time since he was a young kid, and maybe he got some wise information that he may
Nope.
want to
Stay
share
on your
with
shit.
AEW.
Don't stay
But
the fuck over there.
all right, man. Will we see? We will find out tomorrow. AEW all in, you guys. All right, we're gonna move on.
Words, hey, they can't be that
All right,
fucking stupid.
hey, can they? We'll see. We'll see. They
Or
they
could
make
they?
some. Yeah, yeah. All right. We're gonna do a little SmackDown Raw review real fast before we wrap it up and head on out of here. On Monday Night Raw, this coming week actually, we're gonna see Uncle Howdy have his first match on Monday Night Raw. Ever since the old Wyatt Six made their debut, and they've been feuding with Chad Gable along with American Made and his group. How do you guys feel about the Wyatt family? Are you guys writing them off? Are you guys feeling them?
I'm loving him.
I'm not.
He hates it.
I'm not. I loved
Okay.
him up until the moment Bo Dallas got his ass whooped. Because
Hmm.
when he came back, I said, Bo is a joke. So he got to come back serious. And when I saw him get jumped, though everybody want to bring it to my attention, it was Bo. It wasn't Uncle Howdy. I don't give a shit who it was. He got his ass whooped. It reminded me of with the Miz. It took the allure away that they was building up beautifully. The debut was epic, bodies everywhere in the back, and I just felt like Chad ruined something, and I just don't like it. Maybe they might get on track. I'm not completely throwing it off the cliff yet. They gotta win me back.
So that was the only thing about it that you didn't like was they were beating up Chad Gable.
Yeah, I know that they was beating up Bo Dallas. I didn't like
No,
Bo
excuse me. Yeah, yeah.
him being
Okay.
portrayed as getting his ass kicked because they came in so strong, man, just so we menacing, and I just didn't like that. And then too many videotapes, not enough action. I don't know. It's just kind of like I say, I'm not done with it. I just need something. I need something to pull me back in, man.
Okay. Okay.
I love it. I
I
love
hear
it.
you.
I thought this was great. Like I especially considering for me it was like this isn't Bray Wyatt's group. This isn't Bray Wyatt bringing out a group. This is his brother paying homage with a new group of guys and talent that weren't doing shit, saying, "Hey, let me teach you and train you under the I don't want to say Bible or book, but under the tutelage that my brother taught me." Because all he said in the little documentary with him and his brother for Bray Wyatt was, "I miss playing monsters with my brother. I finally got our careers lined up where we both could work together, and I miss it." Now he has guys to where and what's her name?
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. Nobody was doing nothing with Dexter.
Nobody.
And now I was like, I even like the fact that each one of them play into the characters that they're portraying.
Yes. Yes.
Like
I
with
said
Dexter
that.
Loomis, I was like, he's flying everywhere like a buzzard. Joe is strong as shit for a little guy. That's just like a warthog. They're real small, but they dangerous as fuck. And then you got was it Eric?
Eric Rowan.
Eric.
Now, how you gonna match that up? He a rabbit. What, the fucking Easter bunny?
No, I was gonna say, if you notice, he keeps saying lines of Bray and Brody. He keeps saying like yeah, and doing stuff that they did. And even in his promo, he was like, they were my brothers. They were not only just his brothers, they were mine. I don't have nobody. I'm lost, for real lost. I lost one brother, then I lost another brother, and we kind of like trauma bonding through you. And then that reminded me of the rabbit always getting beat to shit. It's like I'm trauma bonding through you. I'm playing the role of the rabbit who Bray used to just knock off all the time. And plus, like I said, he's doing the Brody lines, the Brody moves. Is like, He's the you get the symbolization. And for her, it's just she's menacing. She ain't even said shit yet.
Yo, man, I'm digging it all though.
Like I said, I loved it. And even when he got his ass beat and he hated it, I was like, I loved it due to the fact that he was laughing and doing Brody's yeah the whole fucking time. He's laughing at him like, you're not even hurting me. You think you're doing something, you ain't doing shit. Like this.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my revenge on you. Like, I see you for who you really are, and that's you're a pretender. You're a fake. You want to be this big bad macho. I'm the leader. You ain't nothing. And he's laughing at him, menacing it like, like, come on. I see you. I know you. Come on.
Yeah. I agree with both of you guys, man. I respect both of you guys, opinion. But Chuck, man, like you were saying, man, I loved it from the beginning and everything from, they debut. Bo Dallas, though, if, we really want to take a journey through Bo Dallas, though, Bo Dallas was never really taken seriously, though. Even from back in NXT.
I still believe, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Joe Hendry stole his gimmick, if you ask me. So I mean, like, I was like, I mean, Bo Dallas was, never taken serious, always asking people to believe and everything like that. So even him getting beat down in the ring, though, I think it told a lot of, in-depth story, of him just getting beat down, and of course the rest of the Wyatt Six coming down to help him, though. And I didn't, and then I think that all says a lot more into who Bo Dallas was getting beat down. And, in my perspective, Chad Gable. I mean, yes, Chad Gable is a tremendous athlete, great talent, though. But Chad Gable, though, he's not really like the biggest threat in the world. So for him,
it was Chad and the other two. He got jumped. It wasn't a one-on-one.
Yeah. So like
he got jumped.
It didn't rub me as like, oh man, shit. Like, Gable's a threat. Like, nah. And that's
they could have
why
did him like they doing Jacob, because Jacob went to 2 tag teams by himself.
Exactly.
With a boot on.
And that's why also Bo Dallas was laughing him off too. Like, you're no joke. Like, come on, like, really? Come on. So, I mean, beautiful. The videotapes are pretty cool. I get the whole story, trying to tell me who all these characters are, from Eric Rowan to every last one of them fit in this group, man. Because none of them were doing nothing. Everyone was lost. From Joe Gacy, from him being in what was the damn group name? Can't even think of the group name, but he was in Schism. That's what he was in Schism. The other 2 tag team got released. They went on to TNA. Ava is now the general manager, and Eric Rowan definitely is like the OG of the Wyatt family. So everyone, even from Nikki Cross, just been staring around backstage, been completely lost, for them to form up in this new faction that's really different, but also a homage to Bray Wyatt. I think it's phenomenal, though. I think it's cool. I think we so quick to write stuff off too, especially when we don't like it. So let's give it a shot, though. One thing I want to ask you guys: how you guys feel about this new story that's developing with Xavier Woods and the Final Testament?
I think they just teasing us. I think that Xavier Woods and Kofi and them really want to stay positive. I don't really see them making the turn. I think it's just going to be a bunch of teasing. But if it happens and they fool me, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
No, okay. Chuck,
I know he's busy. Like, I know you're busy. I know. Hopefully you hear this, but I know you're busy. But once in a while, you need to come back as their manager, Big E, to show Xavier, hey, I don't mind this guy because I can't wrestle no more. So for him to be here is good. And or just break the damn group up. Like, it's for me, I'm at that point where it's like either break them up or have Big E show his support. That way they can get the, because nobody really believes in New Day since Big E was gone. He was their muscle. So now that this new guy, Jones, is the new muscle, If Big E is showing his support, let Big E say that. If not, break the group up like y'all want to do.
Another reason from a business standpoint, Up, Down, Down is one of the biggest kid-friendly gaming shows on YouTube. He makes millions off of that channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see him going to be a heel.
They still got the New
and
Day
not
podcast.
Be kid-friendly, you know?
They still got the New Day podcast, I think.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, so it's like
they make a lot of money off being good guys. You don't want to, you know, wrestling is all about, I think Vince said his best, and Dusty Rhodes in their documentaries about booking. It's about where's the money? Where's the money? And the money is in them being good guys. You know?
I mean, we follow the money. Like we were talking about Tiffy with the briefcase.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw it online, because we were driving home from what was that last one we went to?
SummerSlam.
We were driving home from SummerSlam, and I was like, she's gonna hold that belt for a little. I mean, that briefcase for a little while longer.
Because they
was like, why? And I showed them the picture. They was like, oh yeah, they about to capitalize, make all that money off her having that briefcase.
Yeah.
It's a whole designed around her. Come on, money.
But I hope they fool us.
I hope they fool us too.
Like I said, I hope they fool us. But my whole thing was, I hope she cashes in. I don't want her not to cash in, but I want her to do it when Nia has her guard down. Not right now. Don't do it instantly. Where Nia's like right now, even with them hinting it with what's her name, Chelsea planting the seeds in her head. But now she's on guard. Ready for
you see how much he loved Tiffy? We ain't even talking about her. We on Xavier. He just went to Tiffy.
I don't understand why she's with Peter Pan. I know you see his boots. I know you've seen his boots. I'm talking about his outfit. He looks like Peter Pan in the ring.
But, I definitely.
But I was using her as an example of the bunny. But going back to Xavier, I'm still in the same spot. Mm-hmm. If they're going to put Jones in the group as the new muscle, and I like him in the group as the new muscle, I just feel as if, because he keeps talking, you're trying to replace me, trying to replace E. Have E come back as a manager, even if just for a month. Like, no, I support this guy. I like him. He's funny. He's great. Show the support. And then, like I said, I know Big E is busy, but once in a while have him come back. Like, shoot, they still got the man as their intro. Don't you dare be sour. Like,
I mean, they ain't came out to that in a while. No, I definitely get you though. I really do, and I think we all want Big E to come back. You know, I mean, Big E was really, the instrumental one. We seen Xavier. I mean, we seen Kofi Kingston before he was ever in the.
He's at all the pay-per-views.
We seen Kofi Kingston.
He's doing all the news thing. We seen him when he was in Summer. He's there.
Yeah,
it's not hard for you to have him join the group once in a while is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. But I think what it is the physicality part, though. Obviously, if it's, New Day versus Final Testament and, you're going to have outside interference. And if Big E can't wrestle and he's going to be outside, it makes no sense for Big E to be out there if he can't
as a manager, you don't get touched. Look at Paul
Heyman?
No, because he actually likes getting bumped once in a while. But yeah, there's a lot of times Paul never got touched. I was gonna say the chick with the Street Profits, she'll never get touched.
Yeah, she never get touched though. But I think she's a little different though from what I'm.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of managers in time back in the day that they don't get touched, they don't get bumped. They're there. Even I remember there used to be a time when I forgot the guy was back in Attitude Era. He would walk out on the ramp with the guy. The guy would walk to the ring, and then he would go back sometimes. Sometimes he'd walk with him to the ring. Sometimes he would just go back. Just to show him that he's there with him. And then sometimes he'd go back. The guy that used to be, what is the group? I didn't forgot. My brain's cut off. But he was the old guy. But sometimes he would come down, sometimes he wouldn't.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, though.
Who was that old guy?
But I feel like with the group, they're not doing anything new with the New Day. I feel like the New Day has been it's been the old day for a while, and of course they don't want to break up. It's a lot of money into the YouTube channel, into them being good guys or whatever. But I feel like the story that they're telling, I think, is really interesting. With Odyssey Jones coming in and Xavier Woods looking at Kofi Kingston and Odyssey Jones, like, wait a minute, like, are you trying to replace Big E? Like, Big E is our brother, like, you can't replace him, and why would you? So, I like that type of, storytelling that they trying to tell. But they could flip it on us and be like, well, you know what, Xavier or Kofi Kingston, I ain't going nowhere. I mean, okay, well, don't go nowhere. I mean, like, if it's just about the money, then let it just be about the money, But I mean, I guess at this career, I guess it's just about the money, and I don't think Xavier was going to become WWE champion or King of the Ring anymore. But I don't know, but I think it'll be really something fresh and exciting. I mean, Kofi Kingston already a WWE champion. Big E, if he ever come back or don't, he's fine. But I think Xavier Woods, like how the Final Testament was saying, that it'll be interesting to see him step out of their shadows in a way and try to do something. And
I
he
want to
could.
ask you a question though, because I
Okay.
like that. But if he did step out, what title would you give him?
What title? See, I would give him a title, but I
Why?
would give him, huh?
Why?
Why wouldn't I give him a title just yet?
No, I'm saying which title?
Oh, the title
Braun
that I
Breaker? You
would
gonna give
give
him
him.
Braun Breaker? You gonna have him beat
No,
Braun Breaker? You
I
gonna
know
have
I
him beat
wouldn't
LA
give.
Knight? You gonna have
I
him beat
wouldn't give him.
Smack
I would
Daddy?
give
What
him
is Smack
the
Daddy's real name? I
Intercontinental.
gotta stop calling him
Oh,
Smack Daddy.
I gotta answer. I would give him the Intercontinental Championship, but Braun Breaker wouldn't be the champion. That's what I'm saying, though. Braun Breaker can, easily lose the champion. He's a future world champion. I don't see Braun Breaker being the two-term, longest intercontinental champion like Gunther was or anything like that. Like, that you don't have to be the champion for 500, 600 days or anything. Long as you show your dominance and showing what you're working with as a champion and what you got next coming up, then that's cool, though. But I would give Xavier Woods the Intercontinental Championship. Not saying that he will beat Braun Breaker or whatever like that, but that's the title that I would give him. I wouldn't give it to him immediately because I want to build this character up. I want to build Xavier Woods up, not Xavier Woods from the New Day, but Xavier Woods, someone that's post of the New Day. That's what I would do.
I can't even see him holding mid card. Sorry, I just he
You
was
can't
always
see
the
him
guy
holding
playing the
him.
trumpet. He was always the guy playing the trumpet in the background.
Mm.
I
Look
just
at man.
I've never been able to even when it was just New Day without Big E or when Kofi was gone. Usually he would come out, he would do good. And I always said when I think he was just a little maybe too big, but when they had the cruiserweight, I always thought he should have got in that.
Mm. Okay, I thought maybe I'm just giving the guy the benefit of the doubt or something like that.
Because
But
I think he really could have been cruiserweight. Like maybe he might be too big to be a cruiserweight, but I always thought he should have been in those competitions with Neville.
okay.
What's my man? We just talked about with the mic. Enzo, those guys. I was like, why isn't he not here? Like he could have been the perfect cruiserweight. And I would have even had him be a reigning cruiserweight for a while.
Yeah.
Or even the speed challenge. I think he'd be great the speed challenge. I just don't see him in the mid card picture or the big title picture. Maybe it's me. It could just be me.
No, I don't think it is though, because you also said who was it that you said somebody earlier that you couldn't see winning the championship or whatever like that. But John Moxley, you was talking about how we didn't think John Moxley would ever leave WWE, go to AEW, and it's just unthinkable. I don't think anybody ever saw Jinder Mahal ever beating Randy Orton to become the WWE champion, but he did it. And I think those moments, even when you were saying, losing the title on even given Monday, though, that unpredictability, bringing that back will mean a whole lot more to, just not only the casual fans, but the people who's tuning in and watching for a while. But hey, I think it'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, deep down, I don't see him becoming a major champion, but if you build it up right, anything can happen though. Anything can happen. So
It's
we'll see.
probably just because like we see him for the up down down. We see him for
Oh,
the trumpet playing. We see
okay.
him the backstage with him and Tyler Breeze. He's a fun loving guy who just likes to have fun. And I don't know. It's just I could never. I just right now, unless they revamped his entire character, then yeah. But right now, the character that he is right now, I can't see him as a mid Carter or the top
And
contender.
And that's cool. That's cool because I really don't even, watch up, down, down. Like, oh, I mean, I heard of it, I know of it, but I don't, really watch it. I like video games and all that, but I don't really watch it to actually, be as that familiar with it. So,
What about you,
you
Abe?
know,
What you think about it? You think he could be a champion?
Uh, you've said enough. I get it.
I don't want
I'm done with it. I'm like, next topic.
all right, my bad. I can be long winded sometimes.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Got to roll me back in sometimes. But
all right, let's move along. Jacob Fatu was stripped from, the tag team titles last night. From SmackDown. I think most of it had to do because of his injury that he's dealing with, though. But Tamaloa is now tag team champions with Tamatonga. I got to get that, right, though. How you guys feel about this new bloodline and what's going on SmackDown?
I understand what they're doing. They need to present Tamatonga and Tongaloa as the Tongans because before they got there, they was God, a very powerful tag team. And I think they want to eventually lead up to God versus the Usos if we doing a bloodline civil war. So I think that makes sense putting a title on him. And plus, it seems like he's on TV. He is showing his face, but clearly something is going on with Jacob where he can't compete at a high level right now. So I completely understand that. And I'm not mad at it. The people getting upset with Tongaloa being a botcha maniac, but guess what? He trending. He trending for botching. So sometimes it don't matter what they talking about as long as they talking. So I'm for it.
I also think it's and so if you use the psychology, it's for Solo. I never was a champion. I was the enforcer. You can't be a champion if you're my personal enforcer. Give him the belt. So I get he's supposed to be what he was to Roman since he's now the new Roman, but Jacob Fatu literally runs through everybody. Like the bloodline is off his shoulders right now. When he was gone, they were losing. He comes back, they're back on a winning spree. What does that tell you? Samoan werewolf, this guy.
Yeah, this guy is a threat, man.
Can't wait for you to come back, Roman.
Yeah, I was a little pissed, man, too. Obviously, been at last night's show, and then all of a sudden, I think it's some health issues. I'm not too sure what it is with Roman Reigns, but come back in 2 weeks, and then you ain't there last night. But I get it though. But Jacob Fatu, man, definitely is somebody. For a minute, I don't know if I was the only one. I thought Jacob Fatu was about to murder Solo Sikoa on SmackDown when he was like, give me the championship, and then he asked him to hug him, and then I thought he was about to do something. I could have been the only one.
No,
but,
I thought it too.
I was hoping.
But there's been plenty of times where I've looked at Jacob and thought that, like when he praying and kind of staring at Solo. It's been a couple times I thought that. That's why on our show we always talk about maybe Jacob is a mole.
I think he's a mole because even when they all hold their hands up, they all had the right arm up. He was holding the left. Or when they hold the left, he's holding. It's always his hand. It's always opposite from the rest. But even outside of that, I just was like, Jacob is literally just sacking through everything by himself. And I was like, personally, I was like, on our show the other day, we was like, I personally think they had Roman come off TV for a while to show the menacing of Jacob. Because if he comes back right afterwards, okay, well, Jacob really didn't do much damage to you. But if I'm here for 2 weeks and I ran through the group, Jacob knocks me out and I'm gone for 2 or 3 weeks, it makes Jacob seem that more menacing that Jacob's the reason Roman's not on TV. Because Solo couldn't get him on TV. The Tongans couldn't get him on TV. But Jacob shows up with a boot. No more Roman for 2 or 3 weeks. So when we see Roman again, we're like, okay, he's back, and hopefully he's bringing somebody. Or now he's going to be recruiting because if not, I can beat y'all by myself. I just got to get rid of Jacob. But now it's okay. No, you guys and Jacob, I gotta go find somebody to help me with numbers now because, like I said, for 2 weeks, it was him. It was Solo and the Tongans. He was easily beating them, no problem. Jacob shows up in week 3, no more Roman, which means Jacob is the problem. You got to have somebody to eliminate the problem when you come back.
Okay. Okay. Jacob
Conspiracy
Fatu.
theory. Conspiracy theory.
Jacob Fatu is the problem, man. Okay. I believe that Roman Reigns,
Joe
man,
Hendry. Oh my bad.
um, taking some time off, I think would definitely be great also. But Jacob Fatu, man, I think he could be a definitely a singles threat. Obviously, put him in um a- put a championship on him. Strap the rocket to him, go to the moon with Jacob Fatu because before Jacob came on, everybody was a little back and forth with this whole bloodline thing. But now that Jacob Fatu is in it though, he definitely showing his dominance though. But we're gonna all see what happens in the weeks to come, man, with this bloodline storyline, man. What you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree with you with that. Solo was losing his seriousness. Jacob makes them for real, man. He makes them a legitimate threat. I like Tama Tonga. He sometimes he get mixed in the circle with Tongaloa because they brothers. Tama Tonga is, if they ever decide to let him be a solo star or get his own character, he can hang. He great on the mic. He good in the ring. But yeah, Jacob is the truth, man. It ain't nothing else to be said. He the truth.
Yeah,
I acknowledge him over Solo.
a lot of people do. A lot of
Yeah.
people do. I'm one of them though. Bro is definitely indeed believe, bro. I definitely indeed believe. We getting a major heel turn by Ricochet after he smiled in the ring with Ospreay and hits him with the record.
Yes, I
Uh,
would love
okay.
I would love it if that happened.
Hmm.
Just
We'll
something
see, man.
different, man. Switch it up.
Hey, that was all about it, man. Something different.
Yeah.
Definitely something different. Yo, man, this has definitely been awesome conversation, man. Awesome vibe having you guys on, chopping it up with you, man. All things wrestling. You guys know it, man. The guys
Do you believe
from
in Joe
the
Hendry?
do, do I believe in Joe Hendry?
That was,
I mean,
that
I
was my
mean,
last
I,
question for you before we leave.
I believe in the guy, man. I mean, like I know I said earlier, I think he stole Bo Dallas in a little bit of Elias gimmick though, but I believe in him. I believe in him a little bit, just a little bit though. You guys believe in him? Just a little bit.
Hell no, I don't believe him.
I believe in Joe
I
Hendry.
think he a fucking joke. I don't see the hype. I hate the song. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't.
Wow.
I like my wrestling series.
Okay. And you ain't the first person I heard that
I don't.
say that though.
I'm sorry.
Like that wrestling series though. No, I mean, when I first initially heard him, man, I was, cool, man. The song is definitely catchy.
Yeah.
My song, my son, he loves it now. So I mean, but when I initially heard him say, I believe and all that other stuff, I was like, dude, this dude literally stole Bo Dallas gimmick and
Mhm.
Elias gimmick and just now he's Joe Hendry, though. But hey,
It is what it is.
that's
I mean, a
yeah,
lot
it
of
is
people
what it is.
still. I mean, I remember Austin Theory first came in with the phone. I was
Yeah.
like, "Isn't that Tyler Breeze's gimmick?"
Right.
Yo, man, it's crazy. From the Holy Podcast, man, telling everyone where they can catch you guys at, man, follow you guys, and all that great stuff.
You can follow us, all of our live post shows for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AEW on YouTube. But after September 1st, you can hear our audio on all streaming platforms. And we on everything, just the Holy Podcast. We on every single platform, every single day.
Hey, that's what's up,
We
man.
we also have merch. Show the shirt.
Oh, yeah, merch. HolyShitPodcast.com. They'll be available Monday.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Definitely make sure you guys go cop them out. The links are down below, man. Make sure you go follow them, subscribe to their YouTube channel, and follow them on TikTok, all social media platforms, man. Abe and Chuck, man, it was definitely a vibe, man, having you guys on. I look forward to chatting with you guys, man, in the future, coming on your guys' show, having you guys come back on and keeping the commodity going on, man. I definitely love it, man. Seeing my black brothers definitely do things. I said one thing when I started wrestling podcast, man, wasn't too many black people I know that like the wrestling. So ever since I started podcasting, I'm like, man, the brothers is in the building now, and I like it. I like
Yep.
it.
Yep. I
So
agree.
it's awesome, man. Definitely awesome.
Thanks for
You
having
guys,
us.
man, no problem. No problem. Anytime. Anytime. You guys, man, Talk Pro Wrestling will be back next Saturday. You guys will live, excuse me, live watch along with Bash in Berlin. Also, Beyond 11:30 with Brian B, Chanel, and Harley this Thursday. And the podcast show, Talk Pro Wrestling, the 11:30 podcast show, will be back at the end of next month, you guys. But we're going to head on out of here, man. It's been a great episode, great Saturday. Appreciate you guys joining in. Abe and Chuck, definitely go follow them and subscribe. For myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, man. Yes,
Sorry.
man.
I'm
I
false.
dig it. I dig it. And look at, we ain't gotta bleep it out though, like how WWE be doing it. So I
Right.
appreciate that though. Yeah, for myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and my guys right here, Abe and Chuck from the Holy Podcast. Until next time, you guys, man. Peace. Thank you guys.